Fatima is a projector and she has asked, what can you do if your current life situation is not suited ideally for a projector in terms of draining relationships and a hectic job? The most important thing you can do as a projector is, it's basically twofold. You have to do these two things at the same time. One, go and clean up the places where you are putting up with a draining relationship, where you are putting up with living in a hectic job, and at the same time addressing the practicalities of the fact that we do live in a world where you do need money, and you may need the you may be in a position where you need the financial support of that other person or people that you're in relationship with. So basically the answer is it's not easy, but it is doable. You're going to use the tools that you have to go and address the places where you feel like you can't have relationships that really feed you, and that you feel like you're not allowed, or you don't deserve it, or it's not possible. You go and clean up those beliefs so that it is possible for you to transition into relationships that are nourishing for you. And the same is true for a job. As you increase your sense of self-worth and your desire to take care of yourself, what happens is your standard of what you're willing to put up with, that you move the bar. And I can speak to this from personal experience, because all I did is I worked out the things that I was not willing to put up with anymore, and I increased the bar and I said no to everything under that bar. And then when I got comfortable at that level, I increased it again and said, no, I'm not willing to be treated like that. I'm not willing to be in a job that makes me feel like that. I'm not willing to, as I moved into business, I was like, no, I'm not willing to work with clients that are that hard work. I'm only going to work with the clients that are really joyful and easy to work with, or really joyful and easy to be in relationship with. So you just keep increasing the bar. You do it with all aspects of your life, all of the relationships, the personal, the professional, one chunk at a time. And as you fall more and more in love with yourself, that bar of what you're willing to tolerate and what you're willing to put up with, the bar keeps increasing. And with that, your sense of well-being and your sense of the willingness to move the bar comes from you loving on yourself more and more. And the result of moving the bar is that your sense of mental, emotional, physical, possibly spiritual well-being improves. And with that, you get more invitations and you have an increased sense of joy in your life, because when we're operating at those higher levels of nourishing self, of loving on self, vibrationally, that's where we're going to sit in a place of feeling more joy spontaneously, feeling more ease, feeling more of a sense of play and okayness with being able to play. But also on a practical level, we've created space for play to be possible. Because I hear that if you are in a draining relationship and you're in a hectic job and you're a projector of any age, but especially if you're in your 30s and 40s or 50s and you're having that experience, then that's tough. And I hear you. I hear that that is hard. And really it is, you know, one side of the coin is, and you need to do both sides. One side is slowly increase the bar and start saying no to the things that you no longer want to tolerate as you use the tools that you have to fall in love with yourself as much as you can. Every day a little bit. You have to As a projector, you have to value yourself. There is no getting around it. If you're going to have a healthy, expansive life of possibility of the things that you feel are possible for you, you have to go fall in love with yourself. With however you would say that. You have to recognize that you are valuable and precious. And there's no getting around that. So that while you deal with the practical, while you deal with still eating, having a roof over your head, however you need to do that. So do those two together a little bit every day until you look at your life and you go, wow, I'm pretty freaking blessed. And until you get to that day, keep looking after yourself.